Well, good morning, everybody. So as promised, I'm going to make these videos. I had to shut my fan off, man. It is way too loud. So here we are. We are getting ready to get started. The temperature right now, I mean, it's hot already. It's very humid. We're going to hit a temperature probably today maxed at about 95, so it's going to be warm. So let me just explain this real quickly. Today we are not doing any fiberglass work. Today we are going to be doing some other things. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to show you exactly what we're working on. I'm going to try to cut down on the talking as much as possible and show you guys more work, less talk. I will have to probably change my angles of my GoPro because of the fact that it's a GoPro. It's not made for like distant shots. So all right, let's flip this around and we'll talk to you guys about what we're going to do here. Alright, so today's objective. This entire area has structural putty on it. Most people would be like, well, why would you use structural putty here? Well, the main reason is that there's still some spots that I want some rigidity, and fairing compound is not made for making big giant holes. It's not made for patching big giant holes. It's made for, you know, just small pinholes, irregularities in the flow of the compound or whatever you want to call it, your fiberglass work. So that is going to be cleaned up. But first, we're going to start here. These are my stringers. There's one here, one across the way there. There's another one up front, and there's another one up front. So a total of 4 stringers. I'm going to try to cut these out. Now, when I say cut them out, most people are like, okay, you cut it out 10 minutes, that's it. No, you have to go in, and there is rotted wood all inside of there. There's 2 sides of these skins here for the fiberglass. Okay, so that channel has to be nice and clean, and that takes an exorbitant amount of time. You would not believe how much time that takes. So you will notice a difference in the diameter of this versus that. This is 1/2 inch, that is 1 inch. So I'm beefing up the size of the stringers physically. So I'm going to go ahead, fire up the GoPro that's over here, and we're going to go ahead and start this whole process. And there might be some areas where I'm doing time lapse or whatever that I'll just go ahead and probably do a voiceover because it'll be easier that way. All right, well, let's get started, guys. Alright, guys, 1 stringer has been cut out. I'm not even joking. That might have taken 15 minutes of solid work. I just went back and reviewed the time lapse that I did, and dear God, am I balding up here? I mean, it's gone. Please don't make fun of me. I look like I got a damn horseshoe for hair. Anyways, let me flip you guys around. I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like now and what the next step is. Alright, guys, so here we are, and you can see here that there is still wood in this channel. Boy, that light is just killing me here. You can see there's still wood in this channel. So that wood has got to come out. And you can almost see that's probably almost close to a 1-inch step. So if I take this, which is a piece of 1-inch wood, and put it up, you can see that we are maybe 3/4 of an inch in some areas and almost close to an inch on other areas of gap here. So this is all stuff that's going to have to be dealt with when you go to bed the stringer. So I don't know, I'm going to probably start clearing out this channel here and get this wood out, because, well, I got to get that section right there, but you can just tell that that's where the work is right there. The cutting it out, not so bad. Getting this channel clean is a pretty bad channel. The best way I have found to do this is to actually use a chisel. Now this chisel is a little wide. I got a smaller one, but you can see how rotted it is. I mean, it looks good, but once you start prying it, you can tell there's nothing there. It's just essentially hollow. And sometimes you can get a little edge and pull up a giant chunk of wood. That will be the next process to be done all along that stringer channel. So I'm going to set the camera back up and we're going to start that process. Obviously I got to cut this little section here. Alright guys, stick with me. channel and double check, because it seemed like my screwdriver went pretty daggum far in there. So I just want to make sure that I'm not ending up going through the hole. It's the only reason I did that. All right, back to the plate. So as you're going along, you really want to vacuum out that channel, because you want to see if you're getting back down to bare fiberglass with no wood laminated to it. If the wood is laminated to it, you're in deep crap, because it's not going to hold up. Now, I'll show you guys this. That's a major problem. So this edge is going to have to be cut out. I'm going to have to bevel this back to get it where this will sit essentially at that height. But we're not there yet. We're going to continue. We're going to continue on what we've been doing. So let's get back to it.
It is now break time.
Alright guys, so we've got that channel nice and clean. All the wood is gone and we are down to bare fiberglass. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm getting an idea of the current wood that I have in here is 4 inches. Okay, it's 1 inch by 4 inches wide by like 8 foot long. But the thing is that I need to get an idea of how high I am sitting past the rest of the stringers. I'm trying to make all of them match. That's kind of the point. You don't want one stringer taller than the other. Everything's got to match. So let me show you what I'm looking at here, and we'll try to give you guys an idea of how I'm going to accomplish this. Now, once I have one made, I will then use that as a copy for the other side. Okay. Some people would sit there and go, no, you should probably do it for both of them, make them each individually the same. I did it for these 2 main stringers and they came out perfect. Okay, the height and everything perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this around and show you what we're talking about. So here's my level. Okay, now this is the 4 inch. These 2 are set. This is one of the originals. That's a piece of crap, but it's got a flat enough spot on there. Sorry about all the tools, man. It looks like crap in here. This is what happens though when you're doing this. Now look at the bubble. I'm not going to touch anything. Okay. You see the bubble there is just, it's way off. Okay. What I'm going to do is that channel, let me move this stuff out of the way here so I can show you what I'm talking about. Oops. I'm trying not to knock everything over. This lip here has got to go. And I've got to essentially fair this side down so that this side's fine because it's going to be the side that everything's going to sit against, right? The board's going to sit against, but the stringer's got to sit down in this valley, and that is going to be a pickle because you're talking about grinding that perfectly so the symmetry here is gone and it's kind of going down where I can fit a 1 inch board in there. Right now it's 1/2 inch wide. At the 1/2 inch mark, it's very hard to see. Okay, but there it is. So we know we have an entire 1/2 inch to grind out. But here's the thing though, there is a possibility that at the bottom of this channel is, if I grind this, it depends on how thick this is. I'm not 100% sure on how thick this section is here, but even if I just cut this out and then grind it as flush as I can get it, I should be able to get a 1/2 inch of a well to put this in a channel. So we're going to try to do that. I'm going to bust out the ice oscillation tool. Alright guys, sorry, I went to go to record and I don't know what I did, but my phone did not record a lot of my work. So I am taking a freaking break. Everybody is swimming and I'm out here dying in the heat, so there's that. I'll show you guys here in a couple minutes what all I got done. But yeah, I just kind of put my head down and got some stuff completed. So that channel is completely ground out. And besides that, I'm trying to think what else. Cut my board for the stringer. Got that placed in. Now it's probably a quarter of an inch, maybe an 1/8 inch shy. But you got to remember, I'm putting fillet compound underneath, or structural putty underneath, so it will raise it up a little bit, plus the layers of fiberglass. So I'm hoping I can make that up and make it nice and level, but that's a lot of work. So all right, we'll get back to it in just a little bit. Well guys, it is currently like 95, 96 degrees outside. We've been having a major drought in central Florida, actually practically almost the entire state of Florida. And so it is hot. And in fact, right now there's smoke everywhere. There must be wildfires going on. Yeah, we're in a real bad dry spell right now. So it's hot and it's still humid, but it's just not fun to work in. So I put in I'd say 5-6 hours today, and I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I'm ready to get a nice cool shower, eat some dinner, and chill out for the rest of the night. When it gets into the summertime like this, man, you just really got to be careful. You can't be stupid into working out here and end up trying to kill yourself, when in reality all you got to do is just pace yourself. So that's what I'm doing. But on the other side of that, we got a lot accomplished today. So let me go ahead and switch it around for you guys. All right, so here we are. Get my fat finger out of the way. This is the piece, the stringer that's going to be set in place. Now you can see these spars that I put in here are braces, and these are just here to, there's a little bit of flex in the board because it seems like all pine sucks. But essentially I'm just doing that for spacing, to make sure that the spacing is correct all the way down. This is going to have a nice cut. In fact, on the other side, I could show you that it actually has a curvature, kind of like, not like that one, but it's got a curvature to it, so it's going to be tapered down. But nice clean flush area. I've got everything pretty well cleaned up over here. But so what we're going to do tomorrow, and I don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, but I'm going to do what I can. I still got Monday where I can get some more done. But I need to put what I call a stanchion. It's essentially just a spacer that will go the entire length of the board, or the stringer, that will keep the stringer from sitting directly on the the hull. You do not want your hull and your stringer to sit like this. Any vibration or hard hits could crack the boat. I don't understand that. It doesn't make very much sense to me, but that's the boat builder's way. That's the way that the restoration guys say to do it. So I'm following their instructions and not trying to make up my own plan. So tomorrow we're going to do that. I checked the height, and the height is a little funky right now. I did not check it down here. However, you can see that tape line right there, okay? That line is where I have overlapped two sheets. Okay, so there's one sheet and then overlapped another. So the height difference here and here is going to be different than over here. So that's something I'm going to have to take into consideration, but all is fine. We're on track. So we are going to do this, get this set up tomorrow for the stanchions that I'm going to put in, my spacers. I'm going to get that set, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that, and then I'm going to go over and start working on this other one right here and try to get that completed out. So possibly Monday I could do both of them, or I don't know, maybe Monday set this one and do the spacers on it. But it's a lot to do, especially by yourself, and with the heat it's just an added pain in the butt. So all right guys, well, that's gonna do it for this part of the video, but that's where we're at, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.